Good evening. It's yours truly tonight. We're not live. My brother Derek Blocker had to go to the hospital, so we're doing this show. I just said I'm not going to stop. I'm going to send this positive energy to my brother Derek. This show is dedicated to Mr. Derek Blocker, the dude on the other end of the camera that's usually in Chicago helping me out. So I'm not stopping. He called me after I had everything set up. And he said, hey, I'm at the hospital. So I was like, well, what do? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep on pushing through. Send the brother blessings. If y'all know Derek Blocker, send him some love. If you don't know him, send him some love. I appreciate it. So tonight, we have zucchini soup. Okay? I've never made this soup before. Earlier, I went on a live and I showed people where I bought the zucchini from my backyard. Got the zucchini out of my backyard. There's a lot of things. The potatoes are from the backyard. The rosemary is from the backyard. I'm going to have to do something that I forgot to do. You guys going to watch me chop up garlic. The garlic is also from the backyard. I'm going to take this garlic out. Let's see. Sorry about this, people. Yeah, nice hit of garlic. Okay. I don't want to put this over the food because it's dirty, though. But this is the garlic from my backyard. I'm going to go over here and roll the garlic out so I can chop it up. So I hope this is in camera still. I got bacon over here cooking because after I finished the soup, I was like, what am I going to have with this soup? I wanted a bacon and lettuce sandwich, but I decided not to go with that. I'm going to have a boiled egg, salad, avocado, tomatoes from the garden that I showed you guys earlier. So it's going to be a salad instead of a sandwich, BLT, but a salad. How's it get better than that? Okay. So as you guys know, I'm going to have to rinse my garlic off because there's debris from the yard on it. That's fine. But I want to get the skin off. Fresh garlic that I grew. It takes 9 months to grow garlic. I started it last September, October, and it was done. It wasn't as big as I like, but my brother Jerry Hunter that I work with in the county is teaching me some lessons on how to become a better gardener. And I'm following in his lead. So I'm taking like 4 cloves of garlic. I like lots of garlic. I might even add garlic powder or garlic to it. Okay, so I'm gonna rinse these off so you guys can see this. So here's my garlic. That's my garlic that I'm gonna use in this recipe. Set this to the side. I have my broth. I'm just gonna slice it because it's gonna go in a blender. So I'm gonna slice this garlic. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I hope so. I didn't have Derek to help set this camera in the right position. I don't know if it's in the right position, but you guys hear the garlic chopping. Okay, that's all I needed to do. Chop that up. Now, that garlic's gonna go in this beautiful pot that my wife bought me a while ago. So it takes, let's see, it's it says 1 tablespoon of butter, but you guys know that I love butter. So let me grab this knife, so I can cut it. And tonight's soup is not going to be, it's dairy free. So I'm using coconut butter. I'm using olive oil. So let's get 2 tablespoons of butter. Coconut butter. See, it's not as yellow as regular butter. Put a little bit more of that. There we go. And we have 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And you guys hear my cat in the kitchen. She's not up on the counter. So I know people are like, what's it? She's a little bit hungry, but she's going to have to wait until we finish. She's my partner tonight. I know, babe. Okay. So I'm going to drop this entire rosemary in here like this. And I'm going to drop my potatoes in like that. Oh, where's that up? Now, you might ask, did I mess up my shirt? I gotta be careful. Okay, why the potatoes in a zucchini soup? The potatoes are what's going to become the thickener in the soup. Okay. It's actually going to do its thickening thing. So, and I have celery. This didn't necessarily call for celery, but I'm adding celery to this recipe. It called for celery salt. I'm not even adding the salt because I have salt in my broth. So I have some celery seed that I'm going to add to it, but I'm also going to add some celery to it. That's some of the leaves and the stalks of the celery. It's coming along beautiful. So as that does that, so I'm going to drop the onions in. It's a small onion. And my garlic. I'm going to let it work its magic out a little bit over there. Stir it up a little bit. Put the top back on it. And we're going to drop the zucchini in there in a second. So, the ingredients in this soup. I saw this soup online and I was like, why did I want to do zucchini soup? Well, I'm the soup king and I'm contemplating what I'm going to do in my next career other than spread consciousness, but I love cooking. So I think I'm going to execute the best soups that I can imagine. And I want to have a couple of vegetarian soups because I have gumbo that I make. I make the asparagus, crab, shrimp soup, but this is the first time, so you guys are going to experience this with me, and I'm making it dairy-free. I want to show you some things. It's so cool. Trader Joe's, I don't know if you have that, and in other countries it might not be, but I have dairy-free Parmesan and mozzarella because this recipe calls for cheese. I showed you the dairy-free butter that goes in here. And instead of cream, we're going to use cream of coconut. Trader Joe's, I'm showing you some love. Show me some love. Sponsor me. Somebody sponsor me. So I don't know how this soup will turn out. It's my first time. It said put in the blender, but I have an emulsifier. So we're going to do that instead of the blender. It might have a little bit more. I like sometimes chunky. It's a creamy soup, but I'm going to leave some chunks in because I like the texture in my soups. But today's conscious ingredient for today, you know how I always do conscious ingredient with my show, right? Well, I was talking to a friend and she asked me, I said, what should I talk about tonight? She asked, what have you taken for granted and missed the magic of it all? She said, what do you take for granted? And I thought about and missed all of the magic of it all. And part of that is not being present. I think we live in a world right now. There's a lot of people. We find ways of not being present. Me included. I'm not just saying this for you guys. It's me too. People are not present, and so what I'm working on is learning how to be present with myself and take a deep breath. I don't have to do everything at one time, and not to take a moment for granted of this thing called living. It's a blessing. I don't care how difficult. Sometimes some of my friends that know me, it's tight, it's confusing, but it's still a blessing. And don't miss that blessing. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. It smells divine. Oh, the potatoes are browning up. Oh my God. It's doing exactly what I wish you guys smell-o-vision, smell-o-vision, smell it. Oh my God. It smells so divine. So what this is 2 pounds of zucchini. We're going to cook this down. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Now, I know people are like, what are you doing? So I want this to stir fry a little bit so it can, all the aromas can mix together. I've never had zucchini soup. I never heard of zucchini soup, and I looked it up because I had so many damn zucchinis. The thing about zucchinis are like, it's the rabbit of vegetables. If you ever need to grow vegetables and you need to eat, grow freaking zucchini. In 2 days, it's ready after the plant. Once you see it on the plant, keep an eye on it. 2 days later, come out, and because you don't want them to get too big. I don't have any in the house. That's a cucumber. So I grew a lot of Tori, and let me give the credit was credit due. This year, Tori did 99% of the gardening. I was busy running around and getting better. And the yard looks magnificent. We have everything. We have a pineapple, y'all, in our backyard growing. A freaking pineapple, watermelon. The birds and the animals ate the berries. We have apples, tons of apples. I'll be bringing apples to work. Also, if anybody's, oh, you won't see this. I was about to say, I'll be taking the soup. I was taking soup to my job so I can get people's opinions of what's, and I really don't care about their opinion as much as, yeah, well, okay, how do I say this? If it tastes good to me, I'm going to cook it for me. I'm going to invite people to the taste. And I'll tweak it sometime because I do want to sell it. I wouldn't mind selling it. And soup is healthy for you. So I lied. I do care about what you guys think. I do. But I'm not going to allow it to control me. It's just feedback, input. And I go, interesting point of view. You have that point of view. Now, let's talk about getting back to what I was talking about, this main ingredient of not taking things for granted. I think we have a habit of doing that, of taking things for granted. We really we have taken things for granted about our loved ones, about us, about being us. How many of us have really given up ourselves so that we can be with somebody else? And we lose ourselves. And I think the greatest gift to somebody is being yourself. I need to grab a fork in this garlic, granulated garlic I want for this soup. I need the fork for the bacon. Sorry about that. I'm off camera. That's not professional. But you guys know how I feel about professional. Fuck it. Anyway. Let's see. Yes, it's sticking a little bit. So this is center cut bacon. I'm going to show you guys in a second. It's not that much fat on it. I don't want that much fat on it. I shouldn't be eating this at all. Shh, don't know anybody, tell Bernie, but my body asked for it. That's the other thing I'm doing right now. I'm following 100% what my body requests. Not making my body wrong. But in moderation. Moderation, my friends. Moderation. Okay. So, I don't think you guys can see that. So I'm going to get my gloves off so you can see how this is actually cooking down. It's looking marvelous, y'all. Marvelous. Now, that twig of rosemary will be taken out. Just for your information. Will be taken out just before I put it in the blender or emulsifier. I'm going to see if I'm going to have to use the blender or not. So let me grab these gloves or pot stickers. Pot holders. There I go. So that's what this looks like. I hope you guys can see that. You see it? 3D. Anyway. Stir a little bit more. And you know, somebody asked me, well, where'd you get this way of cooking? Man, you know, if it wasn't for my mom in 10128 South Vernon when I was a kid, I would never, you know, me being a smart ass talking about cooking's for women, I would have never learned how to do this. And actually, I'm glad she did because my mom has dementia now. And talk about not taking things for granted. Her requesting me to learn how to cook. Actually, every time I step in the kitchen, I have a little bit of my mom with me. I'm not going to drop a tear, but I do. I have her with me. And there's so many tricks I know about cooking now because of my mom. I mean, I know so many tricks of the trade. You know, things that I was like, oh, that's just common knowledge for people, you know, and it's not common knowledge, but Pamela Marie Ashford, Dora Dunnigan were masters at their art. And I happy to be one of their students. And voila, turn my bacon over. And I cook my bacon down on extreme slow. You don't hear it sparkling and oil is going everywhere. Nope. I want to reduce the fat of the bacon so it's really crispy. So I cook it really slow. Low and slow, it's like on 1. So it takes a long time, but the fat is being reduced from the bacon, and I'll put it on a paper towel and we'll go from there. What else? How many of us have been taking a granted so long this thing called living that we forget that we're actually living? And we miss the magic of it all. It's like traveling. If you travel on an airplane, I love flying. But also as I've gotten older, I also enjoy driving. In a couple of days, Tori and I are going to the gorge to see Dave Matthews. It's a thing that we have now for the last, feels like 20 plus years. We go see Dave in the gorge, and it's something special to her. But also the road trip there and back is special. We have special places we stop. And what happens is a magical, looking at the weather. And I'm even getting used to the weather being different. Because I was a little bit sad because summer is coming to an end. It's darker earlier. It's not as bright in the morning. But I'm beginning, my friend Bernie said, if you can take advantage of every season, life would be a lot more richer. And I'm beginning to learn that. What about you? What magic have you gotten? It's boiling. Okay. I'm going to grab a spoon because I don't want to put my spoon back in here. Okay. And I want things to cook down. I think I'm going to start adding my seasonings to the soup. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, guys. This looks marvelous. Let's see. This is pretty much the base of it. Now, remember how I said that I was not using celery salt? This soup needs no more salt. The broth has enough salt in it alone. So if I added salt, I might add salt after add the coconut cream, but I want to add salt at the very end. Now my other seasoning I'm gonna put in here before, but I'm not gonna add any more salt because I don't want it to be salty. Okay, so I'm gonna put a teaspoon of thyme because you don't want to run out of thyme. But that thyme really doesn't exist. This thyme does. My celery seed. Black pepper. I can eye stuff because I cook so long with my mom. I can eye stuff. It's kind of cool. Bam. Oh my God, look at this, guys. So I think I'm gonna need the blender. I'm gonna show you why there's so many big chunks. And I'm gonna get another pot so I can just put it in there afterwards, and then you'll see in a second. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go with a little bit more garlic because I'm a garlic fiend. And we're gonna do something very, now this pepper is very hot. It's cayenne, but it's not the hottest pepper. But I don't want to go overboard with it, but I want the flavor cayenne pepper, a Kanye West pepper, I call it. Bam. Now, what I might do at the very end, come back and add more. You can always add more. And a lot of this is what you like, your taste. So, as you guys know, I love garlic. And I got to make sure I take that stem out because that stem might be bitter. Oh, there it is. I see it floating. And I don't want it in. Now, as this cooks down, I'm going to turn this down so it can simmer. Because we're almost ready to add the other ingredients. But I think I'm going to bring the blender over here in a second. But I want you guys to see my bacon. Can you see the bacon? Slow. Let the edges get crispy. And I'll chop it up. I have an egg, so it'll be egg, avocado, bacon. I'm going to show you guys something I really enjoy, trying to be a little bit more healthy. This is this miso ginger vinaigrette. If you ever find this in any store, oh my God, it's heavenly on salads. So I have carrots, I have cucumbers from the backyard. That's going to be in the salad. But I'm not going to do the salad. You guys are going to just watch the soup and I'm going to let you guys go. Because I try to be respectful of you guys' time. So let me do this here. Let me move all of this out of the way so you guys can see. And I'll grab my blender. Oh, okay. Now I'm like, oh, yeah. Yes. I'm mumbling, John. You're mumbling. Excuse me, guys. I need to make room for all of this divine stuff that I need over here now. The main ingredient. Oh, I forgot to add something else. olive oil's already in there. This out the way. Worcestershire sauce. The recipe calls for Worcestershire sauce or for a tablespoon of that or soy sauce. I'm going with the Worcestershire sauce. See what that does. Oh, this soup looks divine, y'all. Looks divine. As you see, never double dipping. And it's not in me. It's not good for you. Okay. Turn this bacon over one more time. The edges aren't as crispy as I desire. So I'm going to do like that. There. Okay. These things can go to the side. Oh no, Mr. Bill. Okay. So, have you missed your magic by not counting your blessings? It's a question I ask people a lot of times. Have you missed your magic because you haven't counted your blessings? Let's see. The main event. Yes, the main event. Okay. So, we're going to go back to this soup real quick. So this is my Vitamix. Everything's cooked down pretty well. What I want to do, remember I told you guys? Voila. I don't want that to be ground up. Drop that in there. Some of the pines from, actually, it's part of the pine family. So I'm going to do like this here. So here we go. Potatoes. Let's see. Let's do like this. Put this on here. So I'm gonna need to get another pot. So it's gonna get loud here for a bit, but people. Grab another bowl. Right in front of you, soup. Sopa. Okay. That wasn't supposed to happen that way. Okay. I'll show you guys what this looks like. It's looking good. I can't wait to taste this. It looks divine. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we need to take a station break so we can get this bacon off of here. So, paper towel, paper towel, paper towel. Plate. Okay, bacon goes here. Slide this off the eye because I don't need this to heat up anymore. Put this over here. Okay. Now for the magic. Pour the rest of the soup in here. What I want to do. I'm running out of space, guys. What I don't want to do is put this on the other plastic container on the oven. That won't work. So I want to put this here. Put it up tall enough. There. What we're going to do is add this back here. We need a spatula so it stays warm. I know people are like, oh my God, this is a huge ordeal. Kinda. Not really, but a little bit. Okay, we got that in here. Turn this off right now. Made kind of a mess, Johnny. But it happens in the kitchen. Make sure you have all your equipment down, locked down. Your mess, John. While you cook, always clean your mess as you go. My mom always says, Johnny, make sure you clean your mess. Clean your station. When I was in a restaurant, they said, make sure your station's clean. So, take this off. This off. Ouch, it's popping, y'all. It's popping. So let's get more of this liquid in here. Cool it down some. There we go. I'm gonna have a mess to clean when I finish this tonight, guys. But it's okay, because it's soup. Now, what we're gonna add is our coconut cream. Got our coconut cream in here. Oh my God, guys, I wish you guys could see this. I'm gonna hold this up one more time. I'm gonna invest in the camera soon. You know, sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, should I continue to do this? How many people are watching me with this? I have this idea that I want to do this thing. I'm gonna share with you guys. This is the first time you heard it. It's called Kind Dining. I would like to go around the country and investigate and interview all different sorts of people. Not people just that I know or that I think my friends or people are interested. Even people might have a different opinion of me about what kindness might be and what it looks like. So my team and I are working on that, but I haven't put much energy into it because I'm waiting for some more ideas. So if you have any ideas and you see this, please inbox me and say, hey, John, I have this idea. This might work. Let's see. Oh, my God. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is drop in this Parmigiano cheese. Now, it's imitation, so I'll do this, some mozzarella. I'm going to use all my mozzarella that I have in here, all imitation. It's made out of almonds, and I'm going to leave a little bit to top off the soup when I put it in the bowl. So here it is, guys. I'm going to hold it up in a second so you can see it. You don't want it to boil any longer. I'm going to put it in a cup so you guys can see it maybe a little bit better. Hold on. Let me grab one of my soup cups. Voila. She was clean, yeah, okay. Okay. This is what it looks like. I'll put it in here so hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, great. That's it. See that? 3D. Let me taste it. Vegan. Extremely tasty. Non-dairy, which is surprising. Coconut cream does a magic on things. So divine. Thank you for joining me. I went over a bit. Take a little longer to make this soup. I'll see you next week. Be kind to you, and please be kind to others. Till next week, peace. Smile. Bye.